Good morning, Bickies. Happy New Year. Woohoo! This is the first biscuit box for 2019. I'm happy to be back in the seat. I was going to say on the seat, but I'm not in the seat, or I have to think about that one. Anyway, I'm here. It's Wednesday, it's 11 a.m., and I'm happy to be back on our live broadcast, which happens every Wednesday at 11 o'clock. It's the Biscuit Box, and we talk about creativity. We talk about the struggles that a lot of creative people have regarding their creative work and the business side of what they do and how to marry the two. We also talk to creative people, and I love having guests on this show every week or every couple of weeks to showcase what they do, what they're up to, different events that they've been on, and what the real conversation is around what actually happens on the ground, not what a lot of people want you to hear about. It's the honest, no bullshit channel. So we're going to dive in today, and what I want to zone in on, and it's just me with you today, and what I want to talk to you about today, and I think it's quite a timely subject because you're back to work after the break. And what we're going to talk about today is overwhelm. I forgot to mention that bit. I went straight bang over the actual topic. So we're going to talk about overwhelm today. And I know that this could be your scenario. So you had a lovely break. It was full clappers, like you were working your ass off right up to Christmas. There was fairs on, exhibitions, you might have been in the Biscuit marketplace and setting up your shop and working with me over there. And it was all very intense, plus having to sort out all the Santy stuff and Christmas presents. And oh my God, like it's mad right before Christmas. And now it's January. There's a bit of a lull. Sales, could be trickling in or maybe not. And a lot of the time, January is the space that we give ourselves to stop and plan and really think about what we're trying to do with our businesses for the year coming. It's like the fresh start of the year, right? So the scenario is this: you've rested, you've taken some time off, which is vital for entrepreneurs, especially creative minds, because we never seem to switch off. It's really, really difficult for us to actually stop thinking of the next idea, the next product, and the next piece of work that we want to create. It's kind of part of who we are. So switching off is a challenge. I know that. But it's really, really important that you do switch off for creative flow and to feel able to attack the list when you come back to your desk. But this is what happens. All the posts, all the live streams that you see, all the news and the online stuff that you're consuming is all around fresh new year, new start, let's get productive, let's go, high five everyone, 2019, let's do it. So you're pumped, you're ready, you're like, right, I'm going to sort it out. It'll all be brilliant. I'm ready. I'm, gung ho. And then you sit down at your desk and you turn on your computer, and then you get sucked into social media and you start posting on Instagram, posting on Facebook, and answering people's questions and replying and commenting like you're supposed to do, right? And time passes, and then you think, should I be on Twitter now? Or how about Pinterest? Maybe I should learn about Pinterest. Hang on, I stop everything. I'm going to go into Pinterest, right? And then you stop and say, okay, I think I need to take a break. And you sit down and you have a cup of coffee and you go, where do I start? What should I be doing? I feel really stressed and overwhelmed. Yeah, I know. It happens to everybody, especially in January, because you get that social pressure of having to sort shit out, right? Having to be productive, having to have that list, that map, that plan, right? It's overwhelming. So what do? I want to share with you one thing that you can do right now, like not right now, but after you listen to me, I want you to do this exercise, or you can do it right now while I'm talking to you, right? It's a really important thing to do when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you don't have a map, when you're not sure what you should be focusing on and why. And this is the very first thing everybody should do when you're feeling like this. And I think it's a good thing to do, especially when you come back after a break, for many different reasons. And I'm going to share that with you now. But before I do, hang in with me. I just want to see if there's anybody in with me. And on that note, if you are in with me and you have any questions, please ask the questions in the comments below this video. And if you can hear and see me as well, please let me know if you can hear and see me in the comments below, because it would be a pain in the arse if I was talking to myself on my own. Wow. I do that quite regularly, actually. But anyway, I'd love to know that you can hear and see me. Okay, so let's see if anyone's in with me today. And I will just bring it up on my phone to see, can I see guys? Okay, so on that note, hang on until I see. Hey, Elkie, how's it going? Barrymore, how's it going? Molly, how's it going, girl? Happy New Year. Lovely to see you. Okay, I can't see everybody, but let's see. I'm using this stuff. Oh, yes, I can. Hey, Karen, how's it going? Hey, Rose, Lorraine Cox, how are you? Anna Dorado, nice to see that you're here, Anna. Barry Moore, Karen Hickey, and I'm here too. Woohoo! So there's a few of us in this morning. Brilliant. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, hey, Melissa, how's it going? Just got your name popped up there. So I'm glad there's a few of you in this morning. Andrea, hey Andrea, and Aidan White, how's it going? Aidan, brilliant. There's a few people in. It's always nice to know that I'm not talking to myself. It's lovely to know that you guys are tuning in with me. It does make a difference, like it really does. It's weird. Even though I can't see anybody, it's nice to know that there are humans on the other side. If you've any questions on this, what I'm going to share with you, and it's a very simple exercise, but it's something that most people don't think about and don't see the value in it. So I'm just going to break it down for you. It's weird that it starts with B. My whole life has revolved around B. I swear to God, you've no idea. It's Biscuit. Like my last business was called The Berries. Hello, B. Anyway, that's another topic. Okay, so what I'm going to share with you is when you're feeling that overwhelm and you don't know where to start or what to do, and a lot of the overwhelm could be also not linked directly to your to-do list for your business, but it could be also linked to external factors like things that keep you up at night, things that you're worrying about, stuff you might have said to someone or on a WhatsApp group that you're going, oh no, that came across the wrong way. Oh God, do I go back in and explain myself? I'm just talking about me actually there. But stuff like that kind of gnaws away at your brain and takes up that headspace. And the big thing for productivity and for throwing overwhelm out the window is to give yourself headspace, is to take away those annoying narratives in your brain that are clouding it, that you can't seem to map anything out because there's no space in there. So giving yourself brain space is very, very important for kicking the shit out of overwhelm. And how you do this, it's like a 3-part process. The first thing you need to do is you need to get a piece of paper or big post-it-y things like what I use and a pen. Go back to basics, lads. There's another few B's for you there, Tara. A pen and a piece of paper, right? And we're going to brain dump. And this is everything. Like this is getting a big sheet of paper if you want, or if you write really small, whatever suits you. And I want you to write down all the things that come in. I don't want you to edit it. I don't want you to filter it. I don't want you to even think about the things. pen, paper, write, just write, go, write the list. What are the things that are coming? The things that are pissing you off, the things that are on your list. Get better at social media, start a Twitter account, make my neighbors understand that comment that I put on WhatsApp. What are the things that are really taking up that headspace? And I want you to dump them on a piece of paper. And this could be a long list. It could be a really short list. Just the important thing is that you get it out of here and onto a piece of paper. That's the very first part of this 3-part process of dealing with overwhelm. So now you've gotten this list together, right? Now, if you're watching the replay, you can actually pause this replay now, or this video right now, and do that exercise until we come to the next part. So don't be afraid to do that. So brain dump it all out, and don't hold back, because this is for you. You're not going to be sharing it. Well, you can if you want, but you know, this is for you. And it's really important, because stuff will come out that you don't even realize that's in there. That's, you know, that's really always following you around the place. Like, get it on paper. So now you have a big list, right? The list is in front of you and you're going, right, now I want you to look at that list and I want you to start crossing the list out with this filter. I want you to look at what's on the list and what you can actually control. So can you control how your neighbors feel about that comment on WhatsApp, Tara? No, you can't control how other people take your message, or how other people feel about you and what you do. You can't control that. That's other people's stuff. Let them at it. You know, get rid of that. Get rid of that thought. Cross it out. Can you control how you're turning up on social media and how that looks like? That consistency that you want. You want that consistency in your social media. Yes, of course you can. That's you and how you actually commit to a certain task in your business, right? So yes, that stays on the list. That's really important. If that's the thing that's bugging the crap out of you around what you do, you want to turn up more, you want to be more present, you want to build your brand consistently on social media, right? Yes, you can control that. So obviously that stays on. So take the whole list, look at what is in your control and what is not in your control, and cross out the ones that you can't have any impact on. And the list that you have left, and this is the 3rd part of the process, the list you have left, that was a bit of a tongue twister there. That's an important list, because that's your, okay, this is the list that I can actually work with now. But here's the 3rd filter. The 3rd filter is, okay, this is my list. What are the things on this list that have been following me around for 2 or 3 years that I just can't seem to ever consume or get done? What is it? Have you, and I'm totally talking about myself here again. And this list, this part of my list, just, it's like a bad smell. Like, it just follows me around going, there. Oh, God. Learning French, right? And I'm just, see, it's always at the bottom of the list. Learn French, like, you know, and I just am allergic, but it's following me around, right? So you have to ask yourself a question with this list. The stuff that's been following you around for a long time and that really eats at you, is it really necessary for you as a person or your business? Is this part of your list really, really necessary? Is it urgent? Is it going to make an impact to your life? And for me, learning French will have a huge impact on my life, because my husband's French and my kids are fluent in French. And sorry, I'm just going to get rid of that there. I didn't see that was still up. So is it important? Yes. Why is it following me around? Because I haven't committed to it. So now you're going to take that smelly bit on the list, the one that will have an impact on your life, the one that's annoying, and you're going to put it to the top of your list and say, let's deal with that. If it has no impact on your life, if it's just something that you think you should do, like being really active on Twitter is on that list, but it's a really pain in the hole and you just really don't want to go onto Twitter. It just feels like too much altogether. Don't do it. Get rid of that. Focus on 2 platforms or 1 platform that you like and get really, really good at that. Get your messaging right. Get your marketing strategy around that platform correct. Work really hard on 1 platform and get really good at it. And don't mind all the rest if it's feeling too heavy for you. So I want you to filter. The 3rd filter is, what's really important on that list? What will make a huge impact on your daily life, on you as a person, and on your business? And shorten that list. Get rid of everything else that's on your list that doesn't have an impact or that you really don't see the value in it, but it's something that you think you should do. If you struggle with that bit, hit me up in the comments and I can help you figure that out. Prioritize that. And here's the thing in business, gang, we all will have a list. There's always a list, like, isn't there? The key thing is the list correctly prioritized to your end goal? And what is your end goal? What is it? In January, what do you want to hit? Like, is it sales? Is it structure? Is it clarity? Is it like getting rid of overwhelm? This will really, really help you, because if you have too many goals in a short space of time, what's going to happen? Your head's going to fall off. Like, so be careful with overloading yourself with the list. Keep it simple. Focus on 1, maybe 2 things over a month or 2 months or 3 months, and make sure it makes sense to you as a person and your goals for your business. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I'm going to go in and see, is anybody asking me questions in the several places that we have this live streaming. And let me see. Okay. Oh, hey, Lindsay, how's it going? Oh, Happy New Year, everybody. Oh, hey, Tony, how's it going? Okay, there's no real, I haven't seen any questions yet, but hit me in the comments if you have any questions on this. Molly says, I thought all Cork ones speak French. I wish, like, I'm brutal. It's just something that I really want to do now, though, but it has taken me a few years. I never wanted to scratch it off my list, my brain dump list, because I knew it would have a huge impact on my life, right? Because I wouldn't be like bonjour, merci when I go to France 4 times a year. Like, it's really, really challenging. I understand it, but speaking it, forget it. Like, so it's on the list this year for sure. So I'd love to hear where you're at with overwhelm, and does this brain dump make sense to you? Because when you think about it, even when you write things down, it really, really helps to identify what actually is going on in that brain. Because I know how busy it is. Creative minds, above every other mind alive, we have very busy minds, because we're able for busyness, because our minds are designed for busyness, because it's like an internal project management brain of just, I want to do this, I want to do this, oh, I'll create this, I'll do this, I'll talk to her, blah, blah. Like, we're really, really busy, and we're always on, and we're curious. We're so curious. So our brains are designed like that, but it's important to really empty the brain. And January is this week specifically, do this exercise. I'm telling you, it'll make such a huge difference to really understanding where you're at, what's keeping you up, what's annoying you, how you can actually tackle that. And when you have it out of here and on a piece of paper, I'm a big believer in getting it out, even for your to-do lists, getting them on paper, sticking them up. I use the Scrum board process daily. plus a brilliant online tool called Trello. I love Trello as well. And these tools and the Scrum board tool is a brilliant way of getting those to-do lists organized. But first you have to really zone in on what's important to you in your business and you personally, right? Not just your business, because it all has an impact. Elke says, I am using the paper version of Brain Dump, even call it that. Keeping it to it is the challenge, though, as the list grows and grows. That's a great point, Elke. I think accountability is really, really hard when you're on your own and you're really struggling with actually execution on that list. It's really challenging, and that's why it's really important to plug into a community like the Biscuit community, and specifically the Biscuit Factory. I know a lot of Biscuit Factory members are on this morning, is to stay accountable to your list and to really zone in on what's important today or this week for your end goal. What are you doing today? And what our default is to sit on social media because that's what we're supposed to be doing, right? Is it? Where are you sending people to from your social media profile posts, gang? That's next week's Biscuit Box Live, but this is really a very important topic that I really want to go deep with you on. Denise says, I'm at the physical clear out stage first before I tackle the mind stuff. And you were talking about this in the factory, Denise, and I think it's really smart. It's the mind clear out, but the physical space clear out, because it has such a huge impact. Busy mind, busy environment. You've a very busy mind. So you're so right, Denise. Clear out your space, simplify everything, dump the shite like that's all around you. Keep it nice and clear. Is it Marie Kondo, Denise, that you plugged into, that you were saying inside the factory lately? And I think it's really smart to get your environment, like your studio or your office space, ready for that space you're going to create in your head. Everything impacts each other. So thanks, Denise, for that. Karen Minhin says, completely agree, did it myself the other night. Brilliant, Karen. It's such a powerful exercise, and it is so simple that people think, yeah, going away out of that, like your woman with her brain dump. But I'm telling you, lads, trust me on this one, it changes everything, because it makes you look at what's actually happening in here. And it's all part of, like, I'm a huge planner. Plan the crap out of it, like, because if you don't have a plan, you're going to be going around in circles, like doing the same thing, and which means equals this time next year you're going to be sitting at your desk doing the same thing. Your revenue hasn't changed. Your growth hasn't changed. Why? Because you're not planning, and you're not looking at that list, and you're not spending time strategizing around your business and your work. It's so important. Okay. And Karen says, I'm doing 100 things at once this morning. And that is probably not the best thing to do, Karen, but we're able to do it. You see, that's the catch-22. We're able to do 100 things, but are they the right 100 things? And are you doing them in the right order? Look at that. And don't be trying to do too much at once, because you'll feel overwhelmed. You won't finish things properly. Even if you cull that down to 5 things, you'll get more results. Okay. Barry says, I must do this. Yeah, Barry, absolutely. And Karen, I'm going to be tidying the studio tomorrow. Brilliant. And yeah, it's a great thing to do that. So Andrea says, trying to dedicate certain days and certain times of the day to allocate specific tasks, social media, research, actually doing the bloody work, or is it best to go with the flow? Definitely not going with the flow. And I'm a big go with the flow type of person in my personal life. But when it comes to productivity and getting stuff done, Going with the flow does not work. Why? Because when you go with the flow, you have no structure. You're sitting on social media or at your work desk or your wheel or in your studio, and you're making and you're creating, and your day goes and you've none of the other stuff done. What is that other stuff? When you sit on social media and you're on and you're creating content, what does that content say? Where are you sending people? What does it mean and why? Why? Plan. Sit down and plan it out. And I love that, Andrea, that you're doing that. That you're going to break down your tasks and use your alarm on your phone. It's very simple. From 9 to 10, I'm on social media. I'm engaging. I'm posting. Or even more a smarter thing, from 9 to 11, I'm scheduling all my social media posts for January. Boom, done. So then you spend one solid few hours scheduling, and then next Monday, your social media slot, or the Tuesday, you do half an hour every day of engagement, or 2.5 hours every day of engagement rather than creating posts. That's smart. So definitely, Andrea, please don't go with the flow. And I love that you're actually allocating yourself blocks of time, and use Google Calendar to do that. I think it's a smart thing to do. So when you sit down at your desk, open your calendar, you see, okay, Monday from 9 to 9:30 engagement on social media. Then I'm in the studio from 10 to 12. I'm going to make this stuff, and then I'm going to have my lunch. And please schedule your downtime. Put in your lunch half an hour and take a break. Go for a walk, have a cup of tea, bring a friend, blah, blah, whatever it is. Make sure you schedule that in as well. Okay, Lorraine says, hey, Lorraine, just what I need today. I have monkey brain. Oh, I'm telling you, girl, I think everybody does in January. Everybody does. And there's this awful pressure. It's the new year. I have to be organized. I have to get shit done. Oh my God, it's January. It's nearly the summer. We go into panic mode. So please spend this week brain dumping and getting your shit together. And spend time getting your shit together, because that'll impact everything that you do going forward. Barry Moore says, sometimes I find myself saying, be quicker to get it done than to sit down and plan, even though I know the effectiveness of the opposite. I totally hear you on that one, Barry. I totally hear you on that one. I'm a devil for that as well. But what tends to happen there is when you go straight into the stuff and go boom, 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 and there's no strategy to the boom, 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 boom. Yes, you get results on the boom, but the bigger picture, the vision, the overall impact of your brand, why you're boom, boom, booming in that way, oh my God, has less of an impact because there isn't a wider strategy. There isn't that bigger picture wrapped around the boom boom. Do you know what I mean? Plus, when you do that, when you go head first into stuff, what happens is you have 80 million tabs open on your computer and you're bouncing, bounce. And you're going into all these different projects and doing the minimal amount to make them all tick over and to work. Think about the reality of closing everything down, spending 2 hours on one particular project and nailing it and going across the list off, boom, 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 taking a break and then going on to project number 2, okay? And having your to-do list and your list that just for that project, rather than trying to do too much all at once to be really, really effective in a mass production way. That's overwhelming, and you're going to miss stuff, and it's not going to be as polished as it would be if you just have that focus on a particular mindset, on a particular project, on a particular list, and you've 2 hours, the alarm goes off and you stop, you know. Very effective way of working. But to get there, you need to stop and plan it out. You need to have that plan. You don't have to spend 2 days making a plan. You can do it in 2 hours. Well, you could probably do it in half an hour, Barry. But it's really important to do that. So stop today, sit down and go, okay, project 1, project 2, project 3, what are they and why am I doing them? What are the outcomes? What are the tasks left in each project and put them into your calendar, and really follow that, because you'll get results and you'll be able to see in a clearer way. You'll have a timeline of what you do when you sit down every day, and you won't be working at night so much. Okay. Teresa, I hope that helped, Barry. Teresa says, so glad I'm not the only one staring into the void. Oh, Jesus, I know. Yeah, everybody is. And here's the thing, Vicky, that I have to reiterate. Everybody, even if they look all polished and all together online and super productive and yeah, nothing's a problem. Bullshit. Everybody feels overwhelmed. Everybody, whether you're a CEO of, Fabby Wabby company, or you're just starting out and you've just finished, you've just graduated from college going, what am I supposed to do now? Everybody in the middle and up, down, wherever you are, it doesn't matter, feels this overwhelm. Everyone. So don't feel you're on your own. Everyone feels that. And that's really important to know. Okay. Tony, hey, Tony. Oh, God, I've been running as far away as I can from the mountain of tasks I have. Really need to do this as the list is growing bigger. At the moment, I'll do anything rather than face what I should be doing. Oh, Jeannie, Tony, I hear you, girl. Oh, sure, look, go down, make the dinner, put on a wash, run around, tidy your office again. Like, that's total procrastination. And procrastination is so dangerous, because you will go into the next day and go, right, I'll tackle that. And you put off the really kind of awkwardy stuff that you don't want to deal with. You put it off and do everything else first. So after you do your brain dump, and then you prioritize your list, and then you take the stuff that you really don't enjoy as much. Like a lot of you guys just want to be in making in your studio or creating in whatever context that means. And we tend to go there first. So do the annoying, like the accounts or, the strategy plan, do that bit first when you're fresh, you're at your desk, you're a bit motivated, you're after watching me. Do the pain in the ass thing first. Get it done, get it out of your head, and then go into the studio, rather than spending la 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 in the studio. I love what I do, and then going, God, how am I supposed to sell it? And then you're finishing the day on a downer. So get that crappy stuff done first. Hope that helps, Tony. Go for it now, Tony. Stop procrastinating. Go in, make your list, brain dump it out, brain dump it out. Jenny says, I'm all over the shop this week, jumping from task to task. Need to make a plan. I'm definitely going to tackle my studio today and clear the space for fresh starts. Good stuff, Jenny. Mary Wallace, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Mary. Sorry, I missed the beginning. It's okay. Thanks for the enthusiastic boost. Exactly what I need. A schedule. Have lots of scribbled notes of New Year ideas. Get them on an action list. Great idea, Mary. Do it today. Please, everybody, brain dump today. Just after this video, turn off Facebook. Just cancel everything off your screen. Get your paper, get your pen. I want you to get it all out on the page. Brain dump the crap out of it, and then filter it, okay? Go through the 3-step process, brain dump it out, cross off what you cannot control, then cross off the stuff that has little or no impact on you personally or your business, and focus in on the remainder on that list. And that's your 2019 hit list. And if you want to share it with me, I'd be delighted to help you with that in the comments below. And you can also email me, tara@biscuit.ie. And that is it for today. The Biscuit Box live every Wednesday, 11 a.m. I got that in at the end. Okay, gang, keep creative. I'll talk to you next week, and thanks for tuning in. Bye.